Good morning and welcome to the Presence of Light show here on Humanity Healing. I'm Charlie Riverman Bergeron, and I'm here today to talk about the Divine Mother and being of service to the Divine Mother, and how the Divine Mother is calling us, each one of us, individually and collectively. My last week's show, we were talking about illusions and we were talking about letting go. And this week is played out in so many ways for me and for many of you, I'm sure. And I truly believe that it's playing out for a divine reason. And that divine reason is to awaken all of us to return to the family of light that we truly are. On my Facebook page, if I can find it, I wrote something with a picture of my grid to the goddess. And it's a crystal grid that I created about a year ago, when I think it was 1,000 grandmothers or 1,000 mothers went to Washington. Goddesses, with 1,000 goddesses. And I was guided to create a grid with many of my heartfelt connections to the Divine Mother. And as I posted it, I realized how deeply I'm committed to being of service to the Divine Mother as a pillar in the temple of the goddess. And I have memories of past lives of working in the temples of the goddesses. And so this is a natural flow for me. And I stand in my divine masculine to assist the Divine Mother in returning into hearts of all of us. So the message for me this week has been one of slowing down. As a matter of fact, I've got a speeding ticket. So it was an expensive lesson financially to slow down and listen. And it's funny how the synchronicities just have been greatly abundant. And I always look at those as signals from our guides and angels to keep us in tune with the divine self. So that was a big message for me, and that was Monday, was slow down. And I wasn't even aware of how fast I was moving and where I was. I was totally separated from myself, and I was in a world of thought and projection and illusion. And I realized at that moment that how innocently we are led astray by the world around us. So the message became the illusions are breaking down. And as they break down, what happens is the truth is revealed to us. The truth of how we're not paying attention to who we truly are. We're not paying attention to what we can do in the world to make a difference. We're awakening to parts of ourselves as we release the shadows. The shadows come up and they're triggered to really go deeper within ourselves into the silence. And that's pretty strange for us to enter the silence. And I wrote another meme somewhere yesterday, I believe it was, that says, in silence, the art of contemplation renders all things possible. And good morning to all of you. I see you on the sideline. I may not pay attention to you, but thank you. In the silence, the art of contemplation renders all things possible. And in that moment when I wrote that, it was just a recognition of how much I don't sit in silence. I'm always busy doing something, even if it isn't noisy. Externally, there's always this mind chatter. There's always this inner dialogue, which is projecting or creating. Much of it is wonderful, but I don't take enough time to listen. And I'm the one who tells everybody else to do this. So it brought me to a deeper look at within myself. And as I speak to you, I'm not speaking to you as someone who is sitting on a high hill and has all the answers. I don't. I'm practicing daily, just like you are. I'm walking through years of my life that I don't even know what the damage has been. I don't even know what the shadows are. But I'm willing to look at them. I'm willing to peel the labels off of everything that I have ever learned and look again, take another look, and make another assessment of how it's affecting me personally on an energetic level and how it's affecting everyone else. So how does this work with the Divine Mother? Sophia, the wisdom, the keeper of the wisdom. This is the Divine Mother. This is what we've separated from. And so this morning's message was one of, I woke up in tears and I felt separation. And I went back to my childhood where I was ridiculed for being sensitive and empathic and wanting to do good for people. And I was bullied and I was intimidated to the point where I joined a gang. I became a mascot of a gang. I was like 9 years old, 8 or 9 years old. And I became a gang member on the streets, seeking protection, seeking trust, seeking love, because the world was just so intimidating. Life was intimidating. And I lost trust in myself. And we've all done this. We've gathered around groups and people seeking refuge. Well, the truth is, the refuge was always within our hearts. There is no refuge outside of us. That's an illusion, once again. And so, as I said, they're breaking down. The Divine Mother, as she rises and comes forward to reclaim her balanced position with the Divine Father, the masculine, is expressing and teaching us that everything that we have worked with and done needs to be looked at, to be rediscovered. And out of that, our resurrection and our truth will reveal itself. So once again, letting go of stuff that we thought was real, was the truth. And it was for many of us, and it got us a long way in life. But it's time to peel it, as I said, peel the labels off, look again, take a deeper look, but not in the middle of the chaos. Set aside time in your life where you can find some silence. And last night on a call with Karina Shah, we sometimes have personal calls with each other, and we talked about the water and how the water when we go and we want some respite, where do we go? We usually find a place where there's water. And I thought about that, and I said, why is it we always return to the water? Water is the mother. It's the womb. It's where we came forth from as we were birthed into these physical bodies. We were held in the container of water in our mother's wombs. And so when we're looking for that silence, that's the stillness. That's the heart. That's everything. We listen to the heartbeat. We listen to the pumping of the blood through the veins. That's what rivers remind us of. That's what oceans remind us of. And this is where we need to go, to find that place where we can learn to rebalance and sit in silence. Not complete silence, but the silence of just the sound of nature. Mother Earth. Why do we call Mother Earth Mother Earth? Because of divine feminine energy, which is wisdom, which is love, which is compassion. And we have separated so far from that. When we look out the window, when we look on Facebook, when we pick up the paper or hear the news. I woke up this morning in tears at how separated we've become from each other. How our purpose has become so distorted as a collective race of divine beings, because the divine flows through us. You are the divine. I am the divine. And we're being called now by our divine mother to stand up, to be seen, to be heard. My presence here. I wouldn't have done this a year ago. I have grown so much by listening, by taking time to balance, to go into that quiet space. And yet, as I said, on Monday, I got the message about running around and Zooming and doing all this quick and not paying attention. So she will remind us constantly. She's calling us home. She's calling us back to her heart. I often think she misses us. It's like her children. She's let them out to play and they got lost. And she's calling us home, and she's been calling us for a long time. It's beautiful. Even our own mothers may not have done that because they were so damaged and hurt after so many thousands of years of being intimidated, of being raped, of being murdered, of being held captive as property. It has to stop. It cannot continue. It won't continue. And that's the promise. That's the promise of the return of the Divine Mother. And it's all part of balancing. We're all balancing our masculine and feminine energies now. And I tell people not to be afraid. I'm a male, and I have very few, I have one physical male friend that I can sit and talk like this to. How sad is that? In a world of so many millions of men, in my area, in my church, when I start to talk about this, they all disappear. They can't touch that. They can't, even the priest, he tends to walk away. Why? Because they know in their hearts that each one of us as males have defiled the Divine Mother, myself included. And it's time now to stand up and say, no more. No more. Let us not do this anymore. And when we balance within ourselves and realize that we are the ones who are here now to change this for the future generations, that it's really not just about us, but we're opening the doorway for the future children, the children of our children, our grandchildren, the 7 generations, as our indigenous family speak of. We are the ones we have been waiting for. And it all has to do with honoring the mother. And how better to honor the mother than through the water. So again, you know that I do water blessings. And every time I do a water blessing, I send that message. And who am I sending it to? The Divine Mother. And she hears it. And she's calling us. And so I encourage you to deepen your relationship with water, because that blood in you, that water, without that, none of us are here. So it doesn't even matter if there's any water out in the world or not. You don't have the water within you, you don't exist. Start here, in your heart. Feel the water flowing. Listen to the heartbeat. Come into a place of silence and resonance where you can hear your own heartbeat. Listen to it. It has a great song. It's like the song of the whales, the dolphins. They all have a song. Everything has a song. And it's the song of the Divine Mother. So with that, I encourage you to embrace that. I wanted to, I found a beautiful morning prayer, a prayer for Gaia. And I wanted to read this to you, and I'll post it later. Great Earth Mother, I greet you from the east, where old sun rises to warm your face, and all those upon you, your breath a gentle breeze, a raging storm, conjured to bring forth life. Bless you, ancient Gaia, for your living energies, O deep-breasted one. I seek your vision in the south. Bring us passion, desire, and love, as creative as fire, to transform your children and teach us of your nature and our nature, so we might hold you sacred. Blessed Mother, our actions in harmony with yours. Old majestic Mother, praying from my heart, I seek you in the west, where oceans, rivers, streams flow abundance to your shores. Your intentions run their courses as sparkling water of the earth, reflects our inner knowing. Listening one, a mirror of yours, bright blue Mother, mountains, rocks, and hills from the north, you ground and center me. Deliver gravity. Lead me on this journey. Grant me shelter, warmth, and health. Lend me understanding to be worthy of your gifts. Earthly Mother, hear my prayer. How beautiful is that, to sit and know that Mother Earth does hear us. Our Divine Mother does listen and does communicate with us every day of our lives. And we have forgotten. We are the ones who have turned away and chosen not to be of service. So we can run around and point our fingers at a lot of things, but that doesn't really do anything. All that does is keep that energy going this way, and we're like little magic wands. I'm going to send it over here. I'm going to send it over here. And every time we send it away from us, who are we really neglecting in the big picture? Ourselves. And who more than anything does a mother want to take care of but their children? And so when we look in our hearts, let us find that inner child that we are, the wounded one, the one who cries, the one who wakes up from a dream crying. And what is crying but allowing the water to flow? The water that carries the memories of the pain. The water carries the memories. The Divine Mother's tears carry the memories. Your heart, your blood carry the memories. It's not to be feared. It's not to be run away from. Sit with it. Allow yourselves to grieve. Allow yourselves to let the water flow. Allow yourselves to be who you truly are. You are so beautiful. Each one of you. You're like the ripples on the water when the sun hits them. You sparkle. You shine. But you've been covered with debris. You've been covered and hidden and told, no, you can't shine. So today, in service to the Divine Mother, I'm asking you all to shine, to sit in silence, whatever that means for you. Find a place near water. Sit on the ground and feel the dampness. Under the trees which carry the water against gravity. The trees defy gravity and carry the water upward into the leaves and share the breath with us. This is the womb, if you so choose to see it. And from this womb of sitting by the water, sitting with the trees, the neural system of Mother Earth, and feeling it and breathing it, I promise you, you will come back looking at life from a different viewpoint. And nobody's asking you to go out and jump around and change the world in a second. Remember, my message in the beginning was slow down. Your energy will be raised and you'll want to use it. Slow down. Accept it. Learn to accept the divine presence that you are. It's there. It's been separated. It's been buried. It's been intimidated. It's been taught fear. And we've done this to ourselves for thousands of years. And it's now enough. Enough, they say. It's enough. No more. Turn it around. One breath at a time. One moment at a time. The only time we have, in last week's show, I think I mentioned time. The only time we have is now. Again, now. Now. Every second is a new golden opportunity to realign, to make another choice, to be of service, or to choose not to. You are a free will sovereign being, and you can choose not to, as you have in the past, as I have in the past. And so tomorrow we celebrate the new moon. And interestingly, I figured I'd pull a card. And this one happens to be out of the Everyday Affirmations for the Everyday Goddess deck. And it's number 18, the moon. And so tomorrow, the Divine Goddess and the Divine Mother are asking us to let go, to open, to sit in silence. And the word here, I use my intuition and intelligence to guide me at all times. And so this is what the Divine Mother is asking us. Return to our intuition. Return to trusting our hearts. Return to trusting ourselves. The big trust issue in the world isn't so much trusting everything outside of us and around us, although we struggle with that. It's truly trusting ourselves in that outer environment, trusting ourselves enough to be able to either remain silent when we need to or speak out when we need to. But knowing that whatever we do, it's for the highest good of the whole. It's for the purpose of creating balance and harmony, which is all that the Divine Mother is asking for. Restoration, harmony, balance, the original blueprint. And so with that, I'm pretty much complete. I have another prayer I would like to close with, and I will post that. And it's called The Divine Feminine Prayer by Reverend Maya Christine Nartumid, who is a most beautiful soul, very wise. The wisdom is profound that comes through her. Sophia lives in many of us and speaks through us. And so I leave you with this. Mother of the light, may you reign as a goddess of wisdom within my soul. Be present for me now and in every moment of eternity. Take my hand and lead me to the birthing light of God within me. For there shall I find my purpose in life revealed. Mother, greet me at the door. Embrace me in your loving countenance and smile gently upon me. As your lost child, give me assurance that your grace is with me always. All streams spring from the font of your heart. And you forever find me worthy of your love. In the spirit of this revelation, I offer to reveal myself fully to you, who is my divine feminine being at all times and in all ways. Amen. And for those of you who are in the masculine embodiment in this lifetime, I ask each of you to touch base with that inner heart within that divine feminine within you, to culture it and grow it, and learn that we are here to plant the seeds. We are the seed planters. Each one of us. Not just me here on the show, but you every day with everyone you encounter. Each of you have an opportunity to be in service to the Divine Mother, however you want to perceive her. All she wants is for you to remember. All she asks for is you to be filled with peace, light, and love, and to carry it forth into the world so that it restores the true divine blueprint. So with that, I'm complete. I love you. I thank you. And I respect you. And hope you enjoyed my little talk. And if I bored you to death, then so be it. But I admire each and one of you for showing up. And thank each and every one of you for listening to the water within you. Send you peace, light, and love, and my blessings. Thank you. We'll speak again next week, and enjoy. Many blessings.